Morning. Welcome to Great Transition Strategies Monday Morning Standup. 5 minutes to get your week off to a great start and potentially give you something to hopefully make you a more effective leader. Our topic this morning: what are the norms, your team norms around kindness? Kindness has to do with culture. Team norms, kindness. I'm Gary Simon. I'm an executive coach, and I work with high-performing leaders like you, and I help them understand themselves, build their self-awareness, understand how they lead so they can be more effective and love what they do. So today's topic: team norms, specifically around kindness. Think about this little quick anecdote. You're not having a great day, you get into work, maybe something's going on at home, maybe there was a death in the family, something with your kids, maybe you had a traffic scare on the way there, and you're not feeling good, so you're out of sorts. And you're sitting at your desk and someone comes up to you and says, "Hey Gary, what's up? You look like you look a little stressed here this morning. Are you okay? Is there anything I could do for you?" What would be the impact on you? Or if that's happened to you, what has been the impact on you? Conversely, let's flip it around. Suppose you were out of sorts all day and nobody all day said anything, and you knew you were not performing as well. You knew that you were visibly down. You couldn't do anything about it. What would be the impact on you? So think about your organization, and that to me that's about being kind. That's kindness, reaching out to others. What are the norms on your team? Here's what science tells us. We know from psychology with science that when individuals can be mean and actually hurt individuals. When you think about the Milgram experiment, that is where Milgram did that experiment where they asked a question. If they got it wrong, they shocked them. And people just kept going because they had a person in authority saying, do that. So that's the impact of a person in authority kind of directing or setting an example of, no, don't, how you treat people. Ash's conformity, we've talked about that before. Ash's conformity showed that peer pressure, both positive and negative, will have people go along by a large margin. So when people were doing something wrong, people were wrong, and one person did something right, 70% did it correctly. So this shows peer pressure has an incredible impact on what people do. All right, so let's go back. So what are we talking about? What are the team norms with kindness in your organization? If someone was out of sorts, would you, as the boss, you as the leader, say something? There's a person in authority doing something that other folks are going to follow. Peer pressure, other folks, peer pressure, reaching out to the individual. Hey Gary, what's up? How are you feeling today? Sometimes in the workplace, we think people need to leave those kind of things at home, and that's getting too personal and reaching in, digging too deep with people. We should not be doing those kinds of things. Well, what kind of workplace do you want? I want to connect one more dot for you. When we talked about just last week, we talked about overall well-being. And there's 5 elements of well-being. Career well-being is the number one element that affects a person's well-being long-term. Being kind at work. If you have good norms with being kind, reaching out, helping others, seeing how others are, what's the norm that you want? What would be the impact on individuals' well-being, career well-being, individuals' well-being long-term? As leaders, we have an incredible impact on individuals. So as you take a look at where you are in this year, with the way COVID is, many folks are hybrid, or there's still folks that are completely working remotely. So it's really difficult to understand where people are. This might be a case where we need to step it up as leaders and reach out a little more and set the kindness standard high. Reach out, understand how people are, understand how they're being affected and what's going on. Know what's normal for them, know what's not. So the overall arching question: what are your team norms for kindness, and what do you want them to be? What do you want them to be? And realize, are you the one as the leader setting the example? Because position of authority has a great impact, and peer pressure. Thanks for listening. I hope your new year is off to a great start. Look forward to seeing you next week, Monday morning, 8:30. Have a great week.